Moto Master X5. Oh yeah.
Good day, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the Mazda 3, specifically the difference between the automatic and the manual versions, in my own experience. Um, as you might be able to tell, I'm currently driving a 2015 Mazda 3S in the manual variety, 6-speed manual. I love this car. Great transmission, shifts very smooth. It's not the fastest car out there, but it handles very well. It's got enough get up and go. Great on gas, great features. I got a great deal on it as well. Don't you dare. Thank you. But in my experience, my dealership, they offer me loaner vehicles. Say I'm getting my oil change or I'm getting a tire rotation. I need to drop the car off for the day. I was actually rear-ended not even 2 months after I got this car. My car was in the shop for a couple days, which really sucked. But during that time, I had an automatic version of this car. Exact same car, the S model, everything, the bigger engine, the 2.5 liter. Only difference was the car was the automatic. And at first, I thought it was kind of cool. I'm like, oh, these paddle shifters, they're not bad, They shift really smooth. They shift pretty quick for an automatic because, a lot of the paddle shifters out there, except for the dual clutches out there, you shift on the traditional automatics with the paddle shifters. And they're very slow to respond, very sluggish, not very sporty. But on the Mazda 3, it really wasn't bad. And the reviews, you look at the 0 to 60 times and whatnot, and the automatic is actually claimed to be faster. Which that might be true, 0 to 60, because you have the torque multiplication at the low end from the torque converter. But I can tell you from experience, after driving both cars, my manual feels a good deal faster, especially on the highway, than that automatic ever did. Now, I don't know if it's just me. I mean, my butt dyno might not be the most accurate out there, but this car feels pretty good on the highway. It pulls strong. I mean, I can leave it in 6th gear and put my foot down, and I can pass people pretty easily on the highway. I mean, before I know it, I can be doing above 90 miles an hour without even realizing it, leaving it in 6th. The automatic, it really felt like it had to work for it. I had to downshift into 4th sometimes to pass anybody reliably. So, I don't know, I think the gears are just taller in the automatic, which would make sense because it gets better gas mileage, which is something I did notice. Because on this one, I mean, I drive relatively aggressively, occasionally. Right now I'm just cruising, but, sometimes I'll hit the twisties, I'll fly through there. I'll take it up to pretty high speeds occasionally. Not all the time, I try to be safe about it. But, yeah, I usually average around 27 miles per gallon. Actually, yeah, exactly 27 according to the ECU right now. Which isn't great for a 4-cylinder. But again, driving habits. When I first got the car and it was in its braking period, I was babying it, I was averaging around 30, which isn't bad for me because I do a lot of stop and go driving. But the automatic seemed like it was doing better. I was averaging around 28, 29 for the couple days I had it. And I was driving it about the same as I drive this one. And actually, like I said, I was even downshifting more to make up for the lack of push it had. It really felt like it was lacking some torque, even though it was the same engine. So that's about it. In my opinion, I would say if you're more of a performance-oriented driver, I would go with the manual, especially if you like driving manual, because let me tell you, those paddle shifters, they just don't do it for me. It's just, there's something about shifting a manual, just rolling through the gears. 3rd, 4th, 5th. I probably should slow down in the rain. Don't want to hydroplane on this country road. But yeah, manual for me is just where it's at. I just get really bored driving automatics. I feel disconnected from the car. In the Mazda 3 in particular, the manual just feels so much more alive. And that actually gets into one more thing. This car, it's not the fastest car, like I was saying, off the line. I think 7.3 seconds is what it's rated at, 0 to 60, which sounds about right to me. I've never timed it. I don't really care all that much. I don't really drag race the thing. It's not really designed for that. but it's a lot of fun on the twisties. But regardless, I did a couple of highway pulls with a V6 Camaro. Now I know people out there are gonna call bullshit on this, but no, in all seriousness, I mean, believe me if you want, don't believe me, I don't really give a shit. It doesn't really matter. It was an automatic V6 Camaro, not the new 2016 generation, but the last, what was it, like 2000, I don't remember the model year, something to 2014, 2015. It's a V6 automatic Camaro. We're doing highway pulls, and I started off, is this the right road I want to turn on? Yeah, it is, okay. We did a highway pull. We started it around 40 miles an hour. I was in third gear, starting out. Oh no, was I in second? I might have been in second. No, never mind. That wasn't a 40 mile an hour pull. That was like a 55. We started around 50, 55. Started in third gear. When we started off, you know, we were pretty much neck and neck. He was pulling on me very slightly, which I was expecting him to take off. He was pulling on me slightly. But as soon as I got to the upper end of third into fourth, I actually started to pull away. Now, I couldn't believe it at first, but I just kept going. I'm not going to say the speed we let off at, because I don't want to condone speeding or illegal activities, which I guess I kind of just did there, but we were in Mexico, so it's, you know, it's legal down there. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was actually slightly pulling ahead of him. Now, it wasn't like a huge margin. I was only maybe at the end of the pull, half a car length, maybe 3/4 of a car length ahead. And he played it off as he was getting used to the sport shift and the automatic. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an automatic. How hard is it to sport shift an automatic? You have the freaking paddle shifters. You hit the next gear when you want to shift. I don't know. But regardless, this car pulls really well on the highway, which I attribute to its aerodynamics. Which, I don't know if you knew this, the Mazda3 is one of the most aerodynamic production cars, like average car. I mean, I'm sure there's more production cars that are more aerodynamic, but it has a very low aerodynamic profile. So, I mean, it gets up and goes on the highway. I think people really underestimate the importance of that, whereas the Camaro has a big, boxy front end, which I think is why he suffered so much. But if I had the automatic version, which felt like it had no balls at all on the highway, I don't think that would have been possible. So enough of that. Just wanted to share my thoughts. You know, I've had experience with both the automatic and the manual Mazda 3S 2015 model year, and the 2016 would be the same. Thought I'd share my experiences with you guys who might be on the fence and buying one of these cars. So that's about it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.